Welcome everybody. Today we're going to make meatballs. Already got the sauce going. Strap in. Let's see who's following. Anybody on yet? Not yet. Alright, well, let's get started. Okay, so I already have my sauce going. Give you a little rundown on the sauce. It is 2 large cans of crushed tomatoes and 2 small cans of the basil, garlic, and onion. A little bit of fresh rosemary, a little bit of parsley, minced up real nice, salt, pepper, garlic powder, 4 cloves of minced garlic, and just kind of salt and pepper to taste. It's all up to you, but that's what is. Oh, also 3 rinds of old cheese that you have laying around. This was from like Thanksgiving. It was still good. I saved the rinds. Goes in the sauce. Tastes really good. All right, so we're gonna get started here with my famous meatballs. I like to think they're famous. They taste pretty damn good. What I'm going to do is, first of all, it's an all beef mixture. Some people like to do beef, pork, veal, the hat trick of meatball meats. I don't know. I don't really think that it affects it that much as far as taste goes. What you're really looking for is enough fat in your mixture. Really, the fat gives it flavor. So I try to find at least an 80-20 beef. If you're lucky enough to live close to a Publix, I'm very jealous of you. First of all, they have a grind that's called picadillo. It's usually like sometimes like 70-30. If you can find it, great. That's awesome. So I have here a 1.5 pounds of 80-20 ground beef. I have 2 eggs. I have some panko breadcrumbs. You can use old, if you have old bread laying around that's dry enough, you can use that. You can use Italian breadcrumb. You can use regular breadcrumb. I just have panko laying around, so I figured I would use it. People that know how to cook, they usually have to come up with stuff on the fly. If you don't have stuff in the kitchen or whatever, sometimes you just have to use what you can. So I had panko, and I'm going to give it a shot and see how it goes. It's a little coarser than typical breadcrumb, so it's not going to dry your breadcrumb out as much. And then I have Romano. Some people like Parmesan, some people like a combination of Romano and Parmesan. I like straight Pecorino Romano. I think it just gives it a little more of a nutty nuance to it. And then our salt and pepper and some other stuff. So let's go ahead and we'll get our some of our herbs cut here. So I have 4 cloves of garlic. I have just a kind of a baby-sized handful of fresh basil. Fresh basil is really the key, in my opinion, as far as everything in this recipe goes for the meatballs. I just feel like it gives it a really nice flavor. The fresh basil. Don't get the dry stuff. Try to use fresh herbs as much as you can. I had to buy an actual basil plant, like the little tree guy, because they didn't have fresh basil. So I have a little basil tree that I'm gonna try to make it so it doesn't die. All right, so I got that chopped up. I might actually add a little more than that. That looks kind of. I like a lot of flavor. Some of you white folks, you'll just like your salt and pepper, That's it. I like a lot of flavor. I like bold flavor, man. I like to taste what I'm eating. Alright, so with this, this is Italian parsley, by the way. It's a little milder and a little more floral than regular parsley. And I trimmed the stems a bit, but I'm just gonna, there's still some stems in there. Whatever. This is Italian food, man. This is rustic. This ain't like, this ain't French, you know? This ain't meant to look beautiful. I mean, it's gonna look beautiful. But we're not putting stuff on cheese boards with tweezers here. Nah, I mean? Alright, so I got my little piece of onion here. Sometimes I don't even put onion in my meatballs. We'll do a little minced onion. Now I can't really see if you guys are typing anything or if you have any questions. I'm going to come back to that in just a minute here. Let me go ahead and just get some stuff going. So the sauce has been on for about maybe an hour and a half. I bring it to a low boil, and as soon as it gets to a low boil, with the lid on, I have it in my Dutch oven there, then I go ahead and I just put it at simmer. And I take the lid off for a little bit. I put the lid on, whatever. Doesn't really matter. But if you want to let your sauce cook down a little bit, take your lid off. It'll kind of concentrate the flavors a little bit. All right. Let me see if I have any questions here or anything. Yeah, you're right, brother. Nobody can make meatballs like Graham. I'm trying to do that right now, man. Alright, let's see here. Can I beat Bobby Flay? Hell no, I can't beat Bobby Flay. What's up, Tally? Hell no, I don't want to go to FS school. Alright, I'm just going back here. I'm just laughing at all this shit here. See, I need somebody to like be my cameraman and like tell me what people are saying. All right, whatever. Okay, so we're just gonna roll with this here. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna leave that here. I'm going to get all of my dry ingredients mixed together. So this is probably, I think that was about a cup or so of the panko, and then this is a small little cup of Romano. One of these size guys. Alright, so do some salt here, couple shakes. Go pretty liberal on the pepper. I do a fine grind. I don't want to be chewing on pepper. All right. Okay, and we're just going to kind of mix all the dry ingredients together so everything is even when we go ahead and we add it in the meat mixture. All right, put our onions in, put our herbs in. My hands are clean, people. Washed them before I came on here. If you've ever worked in a kitchen, you know how much chefs use their hands. So just be mindful of that when you're eating your $60 dinner. All right. So I love this thing, by the way. This is a garlic press. Gotta have one of these, in my opinion. All right. 4 cloves of garlic. Gonna give this one more stir here, get all this stuff stirred up. Want your mixture to be even with in your meatballs. You know, you don't want like one meatball to have more herb than the other. You want them all kind of even. All right. So we'll go ahead and we will incorporate the meat little by little. All right, and the key to meatballs, if you don't know already, is don't fuck with them too much. You don't want to be doing these tight balls. You just want a few like that. That's it. When you're mixing it, you don't want to go crazy with the mix. All right. So, all right, we're not done yet. Still need our binder, which will be the egg. Now, I have 2 eggs out. I don't know if I will need 2 eggs. So, we definitely need 1 though. Let's go ahead and get that in there. Now, what I should have done was I probably should have scrambled the egg before putting it in whole, but whatever. So, just go ahead, work the egg, work all of our dry ingredients, our herbs, everything into the beef, all the while making sure that we don't overwork the meat. Now, how do you know if you have enough egg in your mixture? Well, should be able to have a loaf. Should be able to loaf. All right, so 1 egg did it. If I put another egg in, it would be really wet, and you don't really want that. So, all right, let's go ahead and let that sit for a minute, and we'll just kind of clean up here. I have my oven set at 350 because what I do is I brown my meatballs on all sides. I don't fully cook them all the way. I just kind of brown them, leave them a little raw in the middle, and then I finish them in the oven. Well, I almost finish them in the oven at 350. Not really sure of the time. I just kind of eyeball it, and then I finish them off in the sauce for about 30 minutes. Some people, they like to put their meatballs in the sauce raw, cook them like that. I find that my sauce gets really greasy and my meatballs get really dry. So the whole point of sauce and meatballs, in my opinion, is a nice solid meatball. Solid in the fact that it holds together, but very soft and tender. That you can cut through it with a fork tender. Let me go ahead and rinse my hands here in 1 sec. All right, so I've had my pan on low here, just kind of warming up. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little avocado oil. Now you can do. If I had olive oil, I would use olive oil, but avocado oil is fine. It's mild. It doesn't taste like you're eating guacamole or anything. I'm just gonna let that heat up for a sec. We'll go ahead and start rolling the meatballs here. Oh, forgot one thing. Oh, of course, I can't find my ice cream scooper when oh, here it is. All right. So I like uniformity when I'm doing meatballs. That way I know that each meatball is getting cooked at the right temperature and all that stuff. So we're going to use this guy as a gauge here. So you can do them whatever size you want. This is probably a maybe a 3 or 4 ounce meatball. All right. So ice cream scooper, guys. It's real. We doing it. All right, these meatballs are looking really good. I'm kind of happy with these. You ever cook something and you just know it's going to be good. It's like when you're bowling and you throw that ball and before it even hits those pins, you just know those pins are going to go down. It's going to be a strike time. That's what these meatballs are feeling like right now. And I know my sauce is on point because I've made sauce enough times, and I taste it. I taste my food. You got to keep doing that when you're making stuff. Just taste your food, and that's why I don't really follow any recipes when I'm cooking because I like to just I may like more salt than the person that came up with the recipe. I might want to put a little freaking nutmeg or Chinese 5-spice in a barbecue sauce that I'm making. So just go ahead and experiment with stuff, have fun. It's all about learning from mistakes and just doing your thing, You feel me? What's good about living with a vegetarian is me and my daughter, we get to eat all the meatballs ourselves. Mom doesn't want any meatballs. Mom, will you eat a meatball? She said she'll take a bite of a meatball. How could you just take a bite of a meatball? Alright, I think my pan is probably just about ready here. So alright, so we're not using this cutting board anymore, so I can go ahead and do this here. But I normally wouldn't do this. Alright, just wash my hands. Alright, now we're going to brown the meatballs. So we'll put them in our lightly oiled pan here that's on not even on medium. And we're just going to brown them. Don't want to overcrowd your pan, because if you overcrowd your pan, your meatballs are going to steam and they're not really going to cook the way you like them. So just want to leave a little bit of room next to each meatball. So I probably do like 6 at a time here, and we'll just let them go for a little bit. All right. Let's see what I got here as far as questions. What's up, Lee? How you doing, buddy? I'm gonna do some barbecue stuff here one of these days once the snow goes away. You should get on this, man. I want to see you work your magic, bro. All right, everybody's asking for Betsy. Betsy's at her grandma's. She's having a sleepover tonight. So, no B. I don't have my little sidekick, unfortunately. Okay, Wes says he throws in a few pinches of cayenne. I like that. I like that. Leaning more along a Texas line here. Sherry's secret is adding a little carrot. That's interesting. Do you mince the carrot? I'm interested. Okay, and yes, I got all the kids out. The Pyrex, the Fire King. I got them all out today. We got a nice little collection. All right. Well, I hope I didn't bore you guys with not having B here and not being able to tell any jokes. Cheese stuffed meatballs. I just saw. Actually, are you referring to they have cheese inside and meat on the outside? I've seen ricotta balls that are just kind of like meatballs, except they're just ricotta. I've had those. Those are really good. All right, let's check these. Probably gonna need to turn these here. Just a sec. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what would be better? A spoon would be better. To turn these. All right, so I'll show you kind of what you want to go for here. So you kind of want that nice. I don't know if you can see that. Shitty. Nice. There you go. Nice little caramelization on all sides of the meatball. It's not cooked all the way. It's not going to be cooked all the way through. You're going to finish that off later in the oven. And what I will do with the meatballs when I throw them in the oven is I will put them in this. This is stoneware, and I'm going to lightly tent it with foil. I'm not going to do it tight. I'm going to actually let there be a little bit of air to come out. I don't want to completely steam them, but I don't also want to like brown them. So it's kind of like an in-between deal. So yeah, so we'll put the meatballs in the oven. We'll let them almost cook, like 3/4 of the way cooked through, and then we will go ahead and we will finish them off in the sauce for about 30 minutes. And by doing that, it will give your sauce a nice meaty flavor. It will also keep your meatballs from leaching grease into your sauce, which you don't want. I've done that before. You're still going to have a good sauce and all that stuff, but it's going to be greasy. You don't want that. And yeah, you're going to have a nice tender meatball, and I hope you had fun today. It was kind of a short video. I had everything kind of set up already. I didn't want to bore you guys too long with this stuff. Everybody's got a short attention span, including myself. So, hope you guys had a good time. Check back with me probably in about a few days. Going to come up with some new stuff. Send me some ideas through Facebook of what you guys would like to see, and if I can do it, I definitely will at least attempt it, and it will be funny either way you cut it. All right. All right. Take care. Have a great night. Cook on. Bye.